Hey ho everyone, Ginger Gargoyle here. Let's see if I can do this again and do it shorter. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make some tags. Cute little homemade tags. This one hasn't been punched yet. Alright, and these are real simple to do. You can actually do it with any of the small stamps. Okay, these are the small stamps from Hot Off the Press. You may have seen them in a haul video recently. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that. First, I start with regular 8.5 by 11 paper. Okay, or not regular, it's cardstock. Alright, you can use this kind of cardstock, you can use Simply Refined, you can use whatever your favorite 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock is. Alright, I cut mine in half. Let me turn it this way so it's easier to see. Okay, I cut mine in half. Ta-da! Okay, and then I took my trimmer. This is my Cricut trimmer from the Cricut company, because if you know me, you know I like my Cricut. And I took my stamper. Alright, and what I did was I measured that paper that's behind the stamp. Alright, right along this edge, because this is the cutting edge. I just took a magenta Spectrum Noir and I went down this line, because if I'm cutting with white, I have a hard time seeing differences in hues and shades these days. And then I measured it, and this one is actually a little short. When I measured it, it came up to be 2 1/8, no, 2 1/8 inches. Now you can see that's a little big, but that's okay. Alright, so then what I did was I took my cardstock and I placed it at 2 1/8, and I want to be able to see that line. Okay, now the way I came up with this is 2 1/2, so this is 2 1/4, so this would be 2 1/8. Okay, then, and this is a hint I got from Mimi, from MimiMadeIt.com. Alright, because this is such a short sheet, I like to start a little bit in at the top of where the sheet is, and I sink it in. Okay, this is now bit in. So if I move this cardstock up, it moves the blade. Alright, let me make sure this is in the right spot. Okay, and I want to make sure that this is lined up so that it butts up against the flat here and the flat here. Alright, hold down your paper guide. Go down and then up. Alright, because doing it this way, because it's pushing down onto these lips, alright, onto these lips, you've got a 1-inch gap here, guys, which I'm not pleased with, but I can live with it. Okay, but since it's pushing down on this lip, I know my paper's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to slide. If I'm doing anything short, it might slide this way. Alright, so it cuts down this way. Oh, it cuts down this way. Alright, and when I go back up, since it's just this little tiny bit up on this top corner, if I goof up, I know which side is going to be the top, because I need to tab those off anyways. Okay, for making the tag. Here, let me get this out of the way. Now, this measurement of 2 1/8 inch works out really nice. It will leave a 3/4 of an inch left over at the end, or not 3/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch left over at the end. If I wanted to, if I was going to plan on doing any quilling or any sort of trimming, I would just go ahead and cut off that 3/8 of an inch first, That's really hard to do on one of these. This is a 1/4 of an inch mark, so 3/8 of an inch would be just under that. That's not marked. I would have to take my Tim Holtz ruler and mark that myself. Let's see. Yeah, because here's 1.5. That's about 1 1/4. Yeah, see, it's not. It's like, oh yeah, I suppose that is 3/16 right there. So I could take and I could butt that up right against there. It's going to be really hard because it's over the bare spot. And then just slice that off and save that strip for either using for a false mat or for a quilling thing. And then these all turn out just the right size. Now let me bring this back over, which is my makeshift. Whoop, how'd that get so dirty? This is my makeshift stamping area for now. Alright, so here we go. Then I want my stamp, and I have had to switch stamps because I was silly and lost my original stamp that I was using. I mislaid it. I shouldn't say I lost it. I have mislaid it. And now I can't even find the one that I was going to use. Oh, isn't this just sweet and adorable? It has just been one of those days, guys. Oh, I had it. I had it. I know I had it. Because I remember looking at it and going, oh, look, that's such a pretty color. Now I don't need to have that other piece underneath it. Oh, man. If my head wasn't attached to my shoulders today, I think I would lose that too. Okie dokie. All right, I am just going to wing it, so to speak, and I'm going to use my bats. All right, and you can see it says boo. I'm going to go ahead and leave this just the way that it is. Now this is going to look kind of strange because, oh, excuse me, I'm going to be stamping it in blue. Actually, you know what? Let me stamp this one in red. Because this was actually supposed to be for the Color Throwdown Challenge. And the colors this week are red, green, and teal. So here's my red Kaisercraft. Okay, and since bats are kind of vampire-y, alright, I'm going to go ahead and stamp these. And of course, you're not going to show up very well. Let me stick this behind. Here we go. Here we go. Do, 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 do. It'd be nice if I had you guys in frame, huh? Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I got to keep an eye on my time here. Okay, because my last time I did this, guys, it was 20 minutes. And I don't want to do that again. Okay, now I'm going to leave this on here this way, guys. But there's a reason for that. Now, see, as soon as I take that off, you're not going to be able to see this. Alright. Then I'm going to lay this on. And I want to try to be as even as I can on both sides. I'm going to move this over. Alright, so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I am taking the paper to the stamp instead of the other way around. You can do it either way. I'm just more comfortable doing it this way because these are acrylic stamps, which means when you put weight on the back side, the stuff spreads. It's not like the gray rubber stamps or red rubber stamps that you're used to. Let me see if I can get this to flip. Alright. You want to be very careful if you're flipping it over, because any shift will make it smear. Okay, you'll notice I'm just rubbing. All right, I'm not pushing. I'm not doing what they call chest compressions. Okay, not trying to perform CPR here. I'm just trying to get a good coverage. All right, and then I just let it sit for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I peel it off, and there's my stamp. Okay, that's it, guys. And then, because this one is so long, all right, I have this nice area up here. But first I'm going to cut these. All right, now to cut this side, don't throw away this piece. Pick this side up, put it on. Short side lines up to the same side as the short side on this side. You're always going to have one longer and one shorter. I'm a righty, so I'm going to turn this around. So I'm cutting right to left. Make sure that's lined up nice. Run my scissors just the one side over until it catches on that lip of what I had already cut. Come on, catch. And then trim. Alright, now I have two sides that are supposed to be, repeat, supposed to be the same size. Okay, and then now I can kind of eyeball and see where I want my hole punch to be. Down just a little bit more, right about there. Alright, generally what you want to have happen is the line between this side and this side. I don't really have a good way of showing you this. Here, I'll use this. Okay. The line between this side, this corner, and this corner is as low as you want to go. Alright? You don't want to go any lower than that because then A, you're getting down into your stamp area, and B, it's just, it looks odd, in my mind at least. And then you want this to be right on the center, which in this case would be 1 1/8 inches, which I don't have my measurer to measure. And then I'll just take my We Are Memory Keepers crocodile that has the two different size holes. And I'll use the bigger hole, the 3/8 of an inch, and just punch it in there. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm actually 7 minutes better than last time. And when I get done with that, I will take my Tim Holtz tool and I will dab around to add a little distress onto that dot, that hole dot, or I'll get a hole reinforcer. If I miss, this is fine because it's chalk. It will just erase as long as I don't use a wet finger. What am I thinking? Okay, you can take a pencil eraser to it and it will come right off. I'll take and I'll distress the edges a little bit. And I can either write to and from on the front or to and from on the back. You could do both sides. You can do the one side. You could do it sideways. Whichever way you want to do it, guys. But that's the basics for making a tag. Okay, guys. I will talk to you all later. Sorry I didn't get up last week's color throwdown challenge. I'm beginning to think I'm never going to do another throwdown challenge again because I just keep forgetting to do them. Okay, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.